Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to the Banner Saga. Banner Saga 2, so we could rest. Morale is normal. We don't have that many supplies, though I have a bunch, which is nice. I got a ton of renown, though. You know what? Let's wait until the next battle, just in case we need supplies. Fortunately, this takes a little while to load. Yeah, because I wouldn't mind promoting some of these people, especially Alette after her kick-assery from the last time. But, let's go to the runes. You make your way across the broken bones of the former trade town, curious as to what's inside this building, which is still somewhat intact. The structure groans as you enter, and you hear yourself whispering, "This isn't worth it." After a quick survey of the room, only two things stand out: a stone with strange etchings resting on the broken mantle, and footprints in the dust near a small door in the wall. A gust of wind blows up from the chasm, and the whole building creaks. "I know you're there. I'm here to help." The small door creaks open and a child looks at you. "Come here," you say. "This place isn't safe." The child seems to trust you and tiptoes forward toward you. Others begin filing out carefully, choosing their steps. Each person is carrying a bag of food. As you're leaving the precarious structure, the small child runs back, grabs the stone off the mantle, and hands it to you with a smile. So we get 9 supplies, 23 clansmen, morale improved, and the Jolkul Howler. Alright! Works. Let's talk to Ivor. Ivor stands stoically by Ivan's pallet, watching the unconscious Mender's breathing. It took a lot out of him. I never want him doing something like that again. Let's see. I'll let you tell that to the man who can pull lightning from the sky and lift rocks to form bridges. Impressive as his strength may be, you notice how the use of power taxed the Mender. He looks older. "Where's Juno? I figured she'd be by Ivan's side." Just as Ivor shrugs, Oddleaf abruptly enters the room. "Good, you're here. It's the Ravens. They're trying to leave, and some of our people want to go with them." What? Why? "We nearly went over a waterfall in ships and lost a lot of people following some Vulca across floating rocks. I'm not saying that any of that is your fault, but people are scared. They've made up their minds to go. They'll leave whenever you're not looking. And the Ravens have been hoarding supplies this whole time, and they're trying to take off with them. Juno and Hakon are trying to talk sense into Bulwark, so it's desperate. As you make your way to the door, you turn to look at Ivor. Go, the people should see you handle something like this without me around."
Now stand down, or you'll be missing more than your horns.
Stand down, you son of a yacht!
He's angry. I might actually have to fight Bulwark? Hope he doesn't take out Hakon. Can't call him his fury. Here they are, just as I said. Bulwark's lost his mind. Take him down. Oh. So it's a 3-man fight against Bulwark. We just took a hit. So he's got the shield maiden Bulwark. I do a little bit of damage. You know what? Let's do a Sundering Impact, maximum stars. That's some kind of buff. Who's this? Oh, this will get his attention. Damn it, don't hit Hakon with that, you jerk. What have you done? It worked. Bulwark, hear me. The clansmen chatter as Juno converses with a dazed Bulwark quietly. Hakon grabs your attention. Get ready for a confusing conversation. He motions to Yrsa, one of Prince Luden's bodyguards, who's wiping her pitch-covered hand with a rag on her way over to you. Clever trick, witch. This time. You Varl are just too easy. Let's see. However you knew to do that, thank you. You don't have to be a scholar to learn what others fear, girl. She gives you a curt smile before returning to the prince's tent. Strange, that one. Strange is how much effort it took to stop Bolverk. I suppose no one told you he's a berserk. Probably the last of his kind after Einertoft. The Varl King laughs at your blank expression. Berserks lose themselves in a fight. They're as strong as cold bears, and just as wild. Hard to say if they're friend or foe in a fight. King Hakon, do you... Enough with the king formalities. I've been Hakon before. Your Amma was alive, and it works just fine. Sorry, Hakon. Do you mind telling me why two Varl leaders just tried to kill each other? I wasn't going to let him take our supplies without a fight. Caught him trying to take off with supplies he tucked away. Couldn't let it happen. A cool anger glistens in Hakon's eyes when he looks at Bolverk. Let's see. Why does he want to leave? Says you've been bad luck ever since arriving in Bowersgard. Can't say I blame him for that. The two of you actually laugh for a moment. I bet his main reason for leaving is just to be in charge again, run jobs, and keep his ravens in line. Like most of us, he's looking for something normal to grab onto. Whatever his reason, I hate that some of ours are going with him. We've done what we can for them. Let's see. Be generous and split your supplies with the ravens. Punish them by giving them nothing. Offer the ravens enough supplies to last a couple of days. I mean, honestly, it usually seems like it pays to be magnanimous in this game. But, of course, that's going to hurt a little bit. I don't know. I'll try it and suffer the consequences. I mean, we got a ton of renown that we can work with, so hopefully we'll be okay. So let's be generous, split our supplies with the ravens. Half? There's kindness in being dumb. Bolverk's a Varl, so this is my call. We'll give him some, but not much. You shrug. Now, let's see what we can find in what's left of this place. Chapter 9. Cast the hone into the air. So this is where it splits, so it should be like a chapter with Bolverk now. Because it didn't seem like he's a very main, like primary main character and stuff. Yep, so now it's Bolverk time. Be interesting. You glare at the clansmen in Varl settled among the ruins of Ormsdalr, and feel the rumbling growl in your chest. Everyone will be ready to leave as soon as you start walking north. I won't fall for that stupid fire trick again. Volka ignores your comment. The new members from the other caravan will probably need a beating or two. Think it was stupid of me to challenge Hakon? Not really my place to say. Since when has that stopped you? The shield maiden grins. We could have at least waited to hear their plans first, then decided. Let's see. Their plans almost took us over a Fane waterfall. The waterfall surprised us all. Of course, it'll be nice to be on our own again. We make it to Bindle, get a job, and things go back to normal. We always survive. And what about all those dredge? If they make it across the chasm, it'll be war. War is always good for business. Folka smirks, but her face hardens as Juno approaches. Bolverk, could I have a word with you? Haven't you said enough? I'll hear her out. Well, I won't. I'll finish the packing. The two of you watch Folka stomp off, but not far. She's protective of you. Get on with it. I know your ravens need work. Without work and coin, that banner of yours is worthless. You step towards her, towering above the tall Volka, though she stands resolute. In Bowersgard, we made an arrangement for you to protect this large cart until we are away from the dredge threat. They're across that damn chasm. That job is done. Agreed. But the cart you've been hauling has become too troublesome. It needs to be sunk in the deepest waters around. You grunt in disgust. Volka secrets. You would turn down the Mender Council's coin? Oh, I see. Volka secrets. You would turn down the Mender Council's coin? Let's see. Where's the coin? Payment upon completion. You have a Volka's oath. The Blue River to the northwest will be your best option. And if I just leave it in the woods somewhere? I will know, as will the other Volka. Besides, the Ravens always finish their jobs. That reputation means everything to you. You growl, but she's right. Fine, the Raven's oath. It'll be done. Juno nods and walks away. Volka watches her leave, and returns to your side. Now what? Now we have a job. So, I know what's in that wagon. That has gotta be the downed bellower from the first game. Because if you didn't watch the first game and you don't know anything about it, bellower is immortal, like completely. So he dies, he just gets back up again. Though for the most part, he doesn't die. In the end of the previous game, we tricked him into thinking he died with a silver, like an enchanted silver arrow. More or less making it so he, felt pain and bled and stuff like that. And so we're carting his corpse around to keep it away from the other dredge. And then they're going to sink it, so even if he wakes up, he can't do anything about it. I think that's actually kind of neat. Anyway, tracks up ahead, a scout reports. Followed them a ways. Small camp, few blades. Meat and mead, maybe more. Let's see. Take what they have. If they resist, kill them. I mean, how much of an ass do we want to be? It's interesting. We're not going to have a whole lot of supplies, so this is going to be a problem. Do we want to be like King Jerkwad of Banditry Mountain? Or do we want to be like kind of the nice guy Stan that I usually do? I don't know. Because we've only got 9 supplies. No clansmen to select, or to gather stuff for us. Only 4 Varl, surprisingly. I'm gonna go with the tentative option. Take what they have. If they resist, kill them. A dozen ravens set out. A mix of veterans and new recruits. They rejoin a couple hours later with supplies. You hear one of the fighters muttering. Takes the fun out of things when they give up their goods so easily. So you get a little bit of renown and 10 supplies. Okay. Oh. Really? Mogan joined. You know what? It makes sense. A group of new recruits from Beauregard and the previous caravan are loosely gathered behind Mogan, a skilled thrasher with a scar across his face. Felt like a good time to introduce myself. Mogan. Thought you were with Alette's clan. Bah, she's even worse than her father about trying to save everyone. She didn't appreciate this chaotic gift of no gods, no rules, and plenty of chances for fighting. There are a few rules to being a raven. Most important is following my orders. Of course, yeah. But what about this giant cart that Volka has us lugging around? Something in his tone signals a primal warning inside you. That has nothing to do with you. Well, the way I see it, he motions to the fighters around him. She's no longer around. Let's break it open and look at our riches. We're mercenaries, you idiots. We're paid to run jobs, not steal from who hired us. Any of this making sense to you? He ignores her. He's only interested in what you have to say. Let's see. The cart stays closed. Look around, Bulwark. The world is ending. Oaths don't mean a damn thing anymore. The man's words are fading behind the growl in your chest. Take one more faint step forward and you die. Nervous glances bounce between Mogan's posse. A couple of fighters step away, followed by a few more. Pathetic. But not a bad test to see what your new recruits are made of, right? Let's see. Challenge me again and you're dead. Just keep us all busy in this chaos, and you won't have to worry about me again. The axeman walks away. Either brave or insane. You could use more fighters like him. I like it that the characters that easily could have died repeatedly or had never been recruited in the previous game actually get, actually have, like, at least somewhat of a part in this game. I always hate it in Walking Dead where you have, like, a cool character that you like, but can totally die, and then he just becomes No-Name Joe that shows up every once in a while. Anyway, a commotion draws your attention into the nearby woods. You're surprised to see a small group of dredge, some which you've never seen before, engaging one of the new recruits from Beauregard. How these faint slags get here, you ask? Oh, how these faint slags get here, you ask? Though no one has an answer. The tattooed fighter is noticeably drunk, but he lobs 2 black axes in quick succession at an approaching scourge. The axes find their marks, shattering stone armor. We'll help him fight. You draw your axes and rush in, surprising all the combatants. I want to fight everything, obviously. Okay, so... Oh! Aw, wait, no, that's Sigbjorn. Krumer joined Bulwark, interestingly enough. Okay, and Bercy, who's not with the prince anymore. Interesting. So we've got Ollie, Bulwark. Let's see, what's Folka have? She's a shield maiden. She's probably champion. Okay. Adjacent allies have all damage from attacks against them halved. Shield maiden also receives half damage. Okay, so she more or less draws enemy fire. He's a wanderer. Insult. And Scald's Song. So he's a bard as well. Looks like he's got bow and sword, which is interesting. Okay. We know about the rest. I could bring out Mogan. Do I care, though? Like, Bloody Flail isn't bad. And he's got Shield Wall, which is actually decent. She's also got Shield Wall, right? No, Shield Mastery. So she absorbs strength damage, so you cannot hurt her strength until you've taken out her armor. Interesting, that's not bad, actually. Okay, so we'll throw Folka on just because she'll be a reliable fighter. Sigbjorn we already know about. He's got that dumb feather. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn it, Krumer took the belt. We'll be okay. Still frustrating, though. I like Krumer, and I just promoted him, but I guess we're going to be using both teams fairly regularly. Okay, so let's do Mogan, because Bercy was... He's okay. Sigbjorn was okay. Just a pair of Warhawks. So we should probably just use Sigbjorn, seeing as I don't think his stats are any different. So max 12, 16, 12, 16, 11, 2, 2. Yeah, so they're functionally the same, with minor differences. Okay. So how much renown do we have? Oh, we've only got 5 on this group. So they do have separate renown totals. I'm okay with that. Ready for battle. This is weird music. Not fully expecting it. Okay, yeah, we'll do this order for the time being. Actually, let's throw a Krumer over here just so we don't have to step around him. Ready. Okay, my thoughts are this way we can get up and start smacking early. I did not look at what Bulwark does. Call the Weak. Killing Blow grants an extra turn. Frenzy. Attacks twice. First is directed, then random adjacent target. Friend or foe. Oh, friend or foe. Okay. So never ever put Bulwark next to anybody. Okay, Ollie. Axe Storm throws axes for strength damage until one is deflected. Shield Wall. Adds 1 armor to allies. Oh, yeah. Okay, so how much armor does he have? Not much. Let's try Axe Storm on this guy. Oh. Okay, we've got to be... Oh, interesting. He's a ranged character. Okay, we'll try it. Now let's max it out. Okay, one of those slingers is getting ready to sling Slab of Rock. Okay. So yeah, gotta remember, can't put Bulwark next to anyone, because it will just end badly. Wow, okay, that was a thing. So he can knock you back. Okay, so what does Champion do? Half damage from attacks. You know what, we'll do it, just for now. That'll give him a nice little bonus. We might get hit here. We'll move him forward too. Cost a little bit of this. Oh! Well, we got a nice little shield wall going, which is appreciated. Okay. Yeah, I'll just stack them next to each other. We might as well reap the benefits, seeing as we can't reach them. Okay. So we should be able to just move up. Hit this guy for damage. A little bit on the other one. This is okay. Yeah, it's an interesting combination. I actually kind of like it. But it's not what I was expecting out of a guy. Okay. I see, so my accuracy goes down. And these guys apparently have a, retaliatory... Okay. Oh, distraught. Runs away from the attacker, other hurlers retaliate immediately. Interesting. So we have to watch out for these hurlers. Because there's the slinger and there's the slab hurler. Cool. Okay. I will keep that in mind for the future. Okay, so let's move up. You know, in retrospect, it's actually a pretty good idea to have Krumer as the, as one of the guys joining us on this side. Because we don't have any good armor breakers, and that puts us in a bit of an awkward position. So let's wallop this guy. Bloody flail. I'll probably upgrade Mogan or whatever. Okay. Problem is, not much I can do about this. Oh! Oh wait, no, this is Sigbjorn, as opposed to what's-his-face. Stand here. This will let me hit this guy. We could do Cull the Weak. No, that's not going to do anything. Let's keep taking armor off of this guy. That worked out. Okay. Okay, so he's going down, but it doesn't matter too much. Let's move over here. This way Krumer gets a thing. Okay, can I do anything? Take a little bit of armor off of this guy. That is nonsense. I don't like it. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We can do Forge Ahead. Let's do a Sundering Impact. It'll take him out, and it should splash over to the other guy for at least some damage. Okay, and there. Now we don't have multiple slab hurlers messing with me. Let's go here. Injure the other one. I'm not forgetting to use all of my, Let's see. So you're the next guy on the list. We'll just kill him. Okay. He's probably gonna... Yep. There goes Bulwark. Bulwark? I don't know. I think this is actually the first time I've had anybody get downed over the course of this, I guess, short run, but still. This is working well enough. We'll just hit him. I actually like, Ollie, or whatever. That's a kind of nice setup for a character. The axe fling thing seems kind of neat. Music is really weird, though. Like, the weird sort of chanting thing. Okay, so Ollie gets a promotion, and we get a fair amount of renown. Yay! Recovering his axes, the mercenary gives you a lazy grin. That was... well, I appreciate the help. Need a drink? Ollie extends a small flask that smells of potent spices and wood smoke. You wave it off. Where'd you learn to throw like that? Taught myself. Too many close calls face to face. Seems to soften people up a bit. When I do it right. Then do it right. Name's Ollie, if you're interested. Grew up in Boers. You walk off, but give Folka a quick look, letting her know that you're impressed by Ollie's throwing. Some of our heroes are injured and need to rest in camp. Oh. So, if we don't rest, I can't use them in battle again. I see how it works. Okay. Let's see. Injured units can still fight, but have a penalty to max strength. Equal the number of days wounded. They heal as time passes when resting in the camp. Yeah, this is a mechanic I didn't run into in the previous game, because I was... well, I wasn't. I wasn't playing on this difficulty levels. So it's just Bulwark Do we have to rest 3 days to get him back? It's a bit of a mess. I might actually just switch him out for Spar or something. Spar or Bercy. Let's try resting once, or maybe. Let's get Ollie up. This is pretty cheap anyway. And he's going to be a mainliner for at least some time. I'll give him strength. I go for shield breaking, but we kind of have Krumer for it. We kind of don't. But at the very least, this will get me 2 functional character, 2 more characters up to level 4. It seems like a good idea. Okay. So we just won't use him for the time being. Training. Do we have a training thing? Here for another pissing match. Holfie, your quartermaster asks, or are you begging me to show you how to really carve up some foes? What can you show me? Lots of deadly tricks. Try to keep up. You're berserk, and we're all impressed, Holfie says before spitting. But if you lose it out there in a fight and start killing your own, well, then you're just a pain in the ass. Let's start with you and the Shield Maiden. Okay. Hopefully the penalty won't screw me up too much. Maybe it might not screw me up at all. Okay, Frenzy to kill 2 enemies with 1 attack. Champion to protect an ally from an attack. Okay, so I'm gonna move... We're not gonna do that. We're gonna move you here, her there, him back there, ready. Okay, so unfortunately these guys have the, these guys have shields up. So we can't do Cold the Weak and we barely do damage to these guys. Okay. So effectively we need to soften these guys up. Oh, she also uses a spear. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna move here, and we're just gonna pop champion. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. So we've got that. Now we need to get the frenzy trick working. Now this guy, actually, despite the fact that he has a bow on his back, it doesn't look like he can hit it ranged, which is unfortunate. Okay, so let's move over here. We can insult this guy, but we don't have time for that. Let's do 4 damage to him. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. We need to pop these guys' armor off, I think. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do champion again, maximum. Problem is, this is a lot of dudes. Okay. Let's take off some armor here. Yeah, if we're lucky... we'll be okay. Unfortunately, this is kind of a bad party for what I'm trying to do with Bulwark. Okay. So that's this guy. Got this one here. Let's do insults on this guy. Unfortunately, Bulwark is injured, so we're going to have to be really lucky with our shot here. Okay, luckily deflect. So we do 3 damage. Nope. I think we're gonna have to restart this one. Can I? Resume load. Let's exit training. Let's try that again. We might actually want to come back to this one later. Interesting enough, I can promote him. We can use training for battle promotions. I did not know that. Yeah, my thoughts are if we upgrade Bulwark a little bit, he might actually have more of a chance with that one. Still a bit risky to use him, but still. Oh, what's this item? Ollie's Lucky Flask. Chance to dodge, chance to crit, chance to divert. Not bad. Alright, so let's try resting for... Do we want to rest for one day? No. Full recovery may take several days. Yeah, that's rough. I figured what we'll do is we'll wait until somebody else is injured. Ravens in the air. As ravens approach, Ollie says with a slur. Is that a good sign? The small village ahead looks well fortified, with a few bodies outside the fences being picked clean by the birds. Your caravan moves closer, but stays out of arrow range. Whoever's in there wants to be left alone, Folka says, but it could be our best chance for supplies around here. We could approach the village stating our needs, or split an attack. Like, the real question is, how much of a bandit am I going to be here? I like combat, but being a jerk seems kind of unnecessary. If we state our needs, like, the problem is this game doesn't reward being wishy-washy. You usually have to kind of commit one way or another. It's kind of this, like, dumb gambling thing. If you try and play it safe, you get nothing. Whereas if you gamble, you either get a lot or you lose a lot. And it's like, I don't know. Interesting question. Okay, let's approach the village and state our needs. You grab the Raven banner and advance on the town, dodging a warning arrow. We need supplies, you shout. You know who we are, who I am. A few moments you pass before several more arrows zip past you, one grazing your shoulder near your old scar. Let's begin the Raven song and charge. The Ravens pick up the song, crooning harmonies, which unsettle the villagers as you rush the barricades in a solid wall of shields and fury. Morale improved. So yeah, we're just being bandits. Let's throw in Bercy. I can see the merits of Spar, but for the time being, this will be okay. Yeah, so resting is going to be rough. Oh. That's the point. Okay, so it's Ollie first. There's a bunch of just weak archers and stuff. We can probably just bust up most of the barricades without a whole lot of trouble. We'll move Krumer there, though I don't think it matters. Okay. Let's do Axe Storm. Maximum Axe Storm. There we go. So being combat people actually seems to work here. So let's do a Sundering Impact. Oh, that was a bad move. Why would you do such a thing? You're dumb. You're real dumb. So, yeah, unfortunately this group isn't as good as I'd like it to be in certain cases. But that's okay. Alright, let's just bust this barricade. And we can get in. I can see how barricades could be a problem for some people. One of my... I was talking to Keith, who's also playing this game at the same time. Oh, what? Oh. That was just one armor damage, which is fine. Move here. Okay, that'll hit everybody. We don't want to do that. Yeah, I can see how having these barricades could actually be a serious problem with Varls. So I guess having a smaller group, not necessarily a bad idea. Let's just keep axe storming her a bunch. Well, never mind. Oh, that's a dude. My bad. Okay. I was hoping to have a way in by this point, but it's okay. We're fine. So we can poke her a little. Or him a little. I don't know why I've just assumed everybody's female in this battlefield, but still. Okay. But we are through, and that's what matters. Okay, so I will probably consider using I will probably consider using some more of the characters. Oh, what? How's that secondary damage work? I have no idea. Like it took an extra couple, mysteriously. I don't know. Okay, so we could break off some shields, or we could just Axe Storm until we get a deflection. Which seems really broken, if you ask me. Axe Thrower Renown. +5. So, I guess if we do certain things, we get extra... Yep, 3 enemies with an Axe Thrower. Oh, I see. So if we get the achievements, we get the, extra Renown. Useful. I like that. That's a nice trick. You kick down the last of the barricades and find a dozen or so remaining villagers huddled together. Some have bows, but no arrows. The others have thrown their blades on the ground. One man steps forward. I'm Friedrich, the oldest of us, he says. We've been fighting off all types from Ormsdaler for the 2 weeks now, just trying to protect what's ours. He looks back at his people and says, you won't find us begging for our lives. Volka pulls you aside and says, they know how to fight, so we'd be stronger if they joined us. You pull at your beard, or I could make them gather for food for us. Okay. So they can fight. Let's do, you're coming with us without your blades and bows. We don't need fighters right now, we need supplies. And what? Be your feigned slaves? Friedrich turns to his people. Is that how will we be remembered? They all shout never and attempt to grab their blades, but you and the ravens cut them all down with practiced ease. I should have known that really wasn't an option, Folka says, and walks off to look around. Well, we get extra supplies. Kind of a jerk. Okay, Spar, an old wanderer who joined the ravens over half a century ago, points at the tents on the edge of the village. Looks like the merchants are still here. Maybe they were being forced to stick around. Okay, let's check the market. We don't need supplies, though. Not that badly. So let's see what we've got. Oh, looks like some of these prices have gone down. Well, the prices for artifacts have gone down, too. Armor on rest? No. It's not bad, actually. Obsidian Bell would be a good tank thing. Drawing aggro, extra strength. Attacks never I don't know how this works, but I think I'm gonna buy it. Let's keep looking. Chance to crit? Nope. Protects from death unless strength is 1. Nope. So I'm gonna buy the Eyeless Rift. It's a bit of a gamble, but I know Ollie's gonna hate me for this. We're gonna take away his flask and give him the bandana. Why? Axe Storm. Until it's deflected, their target's dead. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm kind of hoping that just I can break the game by just perma-axe throwing all the time. It's probably not gonna work. Anyway, let's give Folka that, even though it's not the greatest. It's okay. And we'll go from there. I guess I could upgrade Ollie. No, not Ollie. I guess I could go with Mogan. Do you want to... Yeah, let's do it. We're going to be using him anyway. Okay, so we got Robust, chance to resist strength damage, or crit chance, tempting. Hunker down, armor regen, exploit, divert. You know, I'm going to give him exploit. The chance to cause puncture would be really helpful. Oh. I also, that might work with his, like, rapid attack thing. That's what I was thinking anyway. Okay. Yeah, so we don't need supplies. I think we're good. And it'll go until I lose, or I have 2 more people go down or something like that. And then we'll be in a nice position. Okay, a scout points into the distance with a smile on his face. Walking in that direction, you begin to hear the strangest bickering between 2 Varl. Now you done it, Jut, says one Varl with a large shield and spear. Kept on until others heard and came nosing about. The other Varl glances your way, nods politely, and walks towards you while shouldering an axe. Don't mind my brother, Nock. He's a warrior. Nock steps closer and shoves the other Varl with his shield. Jut, Varl don't have brothers, and it's warrior. Folka looks at you with amusement and confusion. None of the other ravens seem to know how to react either. Are you 2 addled? Not the nicest way to say hello, Nock says, extending his hand in a greeting. And if we're addled, Judd adds, stepping forward and swatting Nock's hand, would we even know it? Nock says, well, you wouldn't, Judd, but I'd know. The spectacle continues, and most of the ravens are now laughing at the absurdity. I'm not sure what you're after, but we're not sharing food. Judd, shakes his head. We're not after food, are we, Nock? Nock says, no. Well, yes and no. Judd agrees, yes and no, that's right. We'd fight with you. Nock interrupts, for you, he means. Judd looks annoyed. Nock, we'd fight for food, but we'd not fight with this lot. You can join if you'll shut up. Thank ye, Nock says, but Judd slaps a hand over his brother's mouth. Several mercenaries snort, trying to hold back laughing. The two Varls smile like fools and fall in line. That's fun.
Wouldn't mind seeing irons fly. If only once more.
That is quite the voice actor they have there. Oh, and we got a Godstone. Cool. These Godstone approaches are always just so pretty. I do so love them. Remember that last time we saw this fall foul, Blood Axe? Shut up. Just loving the details here. Okay. Think the ghost of this dead bird has forgiven you for that wing yet? Spar asks. The other ravens, including Folka, look from the broken stone to you in shock. Aye, the old man says. We were here nearly 40 years ago. Same spot as now. Only a dozen of us left to the unkindness then. Better men by twice than all of you. There's rumbling, but the ravens keep listening. We'd run a job for a man. Pfeffer, or Finner, Fainer, more like? He says, spitting at the memory. He set us up to take the fall for some of his other deals gone bad. We got surrounded here, and this bear of a Varl loses his mind, grabs a tree, a whole tree, and starts swinging. Spar says, coughing, but recovers. Nearly killed us all, but old Ironix took a hit like no other, and there you have it. The excited ravens start asking you questions, but Spar's all too happy to answer. Let's see. Study the bird-shaped stone? No, let's inspect the damage we once caused. Others leave you alone as you near the giant stone, placing a hand on the broken wing. It was an accident. You know that. Shame and rage enter you in equal parts, along with memories of Ironix in flight. You're the one who died, leaving nothing but this rock, you say, stomping the ground. A layer of ice shatters underfoot, along with a wooden box, probably left as some token of faith to a dead god. Leaving anything behind for the dead was a waste, you say, immediately prying open the box and pocketing the small item within. Hey, pipe plant. Nice. And we get renown. Yeah, so every time we do like a godstone action or some of the other stuff, we get renown, which I really appreciate. It's a nice way to reward achievement hunters. But either way, I think this is a great stopping point before we go any further. So I will see you guys in the next episode of Banner Saga 2. And as always, thanks for watching.